All right, I got this 4-pack of power supply for LED type lights. The brand there is MIYOLE. Not that I see that anywhere on here at all. And, not really seeing much inside. We'll see if it's on the instructions. I guess these don't necessarily have to be for LED lights, but they're supposed to be like a waterproof outdoor adapter. I think they're rated for 1 amp. They're 12 volt. And things are falling. It's okay. So, yep. So 12 volt, 1 amp. So 12 watts because you can do math. So, yeah, supposed to plug into AC and then have these make a nice watertight connection on there, and then allow you to wire them into whatever. I'm going to put them into some strings of LEDs and other sort of things outside. Obviously the wire is very small, hence the 1 amp rating. Very, very light. Kind of get a sense of dimension here. So just the body itself, 2 1/4 inches or so there, and 1.5 inches or so there. Not counting a little stem doodad thing, and then these should. Interesting. That one's kind of smushed, but hopefully it will come back to the right position. But there should be a flat side in here, if you can see that. So I want to be putting this down in here so that goes in there, and this flat part lines up with that. I don't know, that one is not, there it is. I actually made it in. And then these tighten down to supposedly make it watertight, which is good for outdoor stuff, as long as this part is kind of protected a bit. And yeah, so there's their measurements. They say a little over 1.5 inches. That's about what I measured. And they're adding the whole length on there. And I forget how long the whole cord is, but it looks like a pretty good bit of wire. I know the listing mentioned how long it is, and I forget already. So there we go. So it's not completely waterproof, so but I guess water resistant. So take that for what it's worth, and there we go. So let me try them out, make sure they give the 12 volts that we want, and yeah, let me do that.
All right, so first to start out, this one's unusable unless I kind of get in here and dig this pin out. So I don't know if you can see, these pins are supposed to be spread out like that, so so this guy can go in the middle and make contact. So this one won't go in at all. So I've got to try to pry that out. And also I tried this one on one of the other ones, and it is just so warped here. I got to try to pull out some pliers to really bend this back in. Otherwise, it's just not threading on. So, I mean, I'm squeezing pretty hard and can't even bring it back into the right shape. So, one of them completely not usable, sadly, but oh well. So I got this one. The others worked okay here. So I will, did not notice this before. That appears to be marked as I think that's a minus. Really hard to tell, but I will find out. So my meter. So there we go. Okay, and I guessed wrong. So the marking on here is supposed to be a plus sign. Really, really hard to tell, but good to know. So, okay, so all my fault there. So a little under 12. Normally I would expect something like this to be a touch over 12, but 11.88. So let me, oops, try to not touch these two together when I unplug them. End up with short circuiting. Don't really want to do that. So these I'm not going to uncoil. I'm just going to test them like this. So there we go. Plus again. Now we know what we're doing. At least we can hope. And so, man. All right. So I really gummed up my meter. Okay. So this one is 12.11. Check this guy out. And 12.02. Interesting. So a little bit different on everybody, but probably for what I'm doing here, close enough. All right, so it was actually my fault. I had misconnected a lead over here, so now just running them right into the breadboard, we have two LEDs working about like what we would expect with my obviously hacked together system here. So there we go. So 3 out of 4, very varying voltages, but for the price, I guess okay. It'd be nice if all 4 of them worked, but hope this gives you some insight. Have a good day. Take care.